You are now listening to Mike's Opinion. Logic Unleashed.
That's right. You are now listening to the Mike's Opinion podcast. Thank you so much for listening. 1 2 1 2 tap tap tap. Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Let me know. Hit me up. Mike's Opinion podcast. No. Mike's Opinion show at gmail.com is the email address. Mike's Opinion show at gmail.com. You can also hit me up on all the socials, everywhere. Of course, the most popular joints, Twitter, tweet me, Instagram, hit me up, message me, DM me on IG. Yeah. Also, Facebook, LinkedIn. You want to text me? No, I'm not giving out my number just yet. Not just yet. There's probably a text service, but as you all know that have written, I'll get back to you. It may take a week or two, but I do holler back. I still answer all my emails personally. So reach out and say what's up. It's springtime. Springtime is upon us. And today, when this episode drops, it's the infamous, the world famous, the participatory, if you into that, 420. It's 420, honey. Get your smizzo on. Blow it out. Inhale, exhale, puff, puff, pass. I used to be into that. I'm not really into that no more. I tweeted recently, a couple days ago, that, I was proud of my man Nori, and I say my man, I don't really know, dude. I think I might have been at a party or two back in the days when I was younger, that he was in attendance, but I don't know my man. But Nori from Drink Champs, shout out to Drink Champs, big up to Drink Champs. But Nori had tweeted that he's fasted from alcohol, and he did Drink Champs, went to clubs, went out to eat. He did his thing, all without having a sip of alcohol. Now, I don't know what's motivating this, but I had tweeted in response to that, big ups for doing grown man shit. You know what I'm saying? And because when you get older, you can't party like when you was young. You can't. You just can't do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I think some of these deaths, like my man from The Wire, Michael Kenneth Williams, may he rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? But, they say, he might have OD. DMX, may he rest in peace. It's a good possibility. These and many, many others. Dudes in the late 40s, 50s, still getting high like that. And I mean no disrespect. Let me be very clear. I mean no disrespect to these brothers or their choices. I had nothing but the utmost respect for these brothers. You know what I'm saying? But Nori said he ain't trying to go out like that. You can't do, the party stuff, the drugs, basically. Our heart's been pumping for 45, 50 years and more. You know what I'm saying? And if you've been getting high all that time, like since you was 16, 17, 18, you just can't do it no more. You got to do it slow, minimal, moderation, if at all. The best thing to do is to have those party years behind you and lead a healthy, clean lifestyle. Now, some might be like, that's boring. But you can still party and be high on the environment. You could be high on life. You could be high on fresh fruit, vegetables, and water. You know what I'm saying? You can take your mind there if you want to, if you need to. And for me, without putting, all my business out there, but I'm transparent. I don't really care. I don't care. It's me. It's who I am. And I ain't hide from none of it. The good, the bad, and the ugly. But all the stuff that I've ingested, and I ain't never injected nothing. You know what I'm saying? But I've done my fair share of decades and decades of getting fucked up. And really, frankly, my heart just can't take it. I can feel, even smoking weed, I just feel, feel like my heart is racing. I get paranoid and, like palpitating and stuff. So I just, very, very, very rarely. Now, every once in a while, I still do get my sip on social occasions. Even sometimes, for a nightcap, if I think I'm gonna have trouble sleeping, because I'm not into pills of any kind. I might take a multivitamin and some elderberry gummies or something. But, that's really it. I try to be holistic, eat lots of fresh fruit and vegetables. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to the drugs and alcohol, I just really don't fuck with it like that. I really don't. I suggest that you do the same thing if you are of an age. Like if you over 45 and you've been getting high since you was 15, that's 30 years of getting high, smoking, drinking. Leave that shit alone. Leave it alone. You don't need it. Now, everybody is physically different. There are those with good hearts and good lungs, or let me not even say good, with stronger hearts and stronger lungs that at 90, they still sniffing and smoking and drinking and whatever else, popping this, that, and the other. Hey, I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to suggest and tell you what works for me. But like I said, I was saying big ups to Nori for doing that and I know you're like, yo, Mike, this episode is supposed to be about spring. Where have you gone? It's all connected. It's all connected. You understand what I'm saying? It is all connected. Everything is everything. It is a fact. You know what I'm saying? So springtime is here, but before, I can't say before I get started because I've already get started. And I usually say this at the very beginning, but how are you? I hope you're good. I hope this episode finds you happy, which is a byproduct of the season, baby. Spring brings out the happiness, and not only humans, but I have witnessed birds chasing the birds, the squirrels chasing the squirrels, the butterflies chasing the butterflies, the bugs chasing the bugs. Everybody trying to get some nookie. Everybody getting that nookie, yo. Springtime has sprung, and it's time to get bootylicious. That's not really applicable. Shout out to Beyonce and Jay-Z. Yeah. But spring is in the air. The flowers are blooming. The leaves are popping out on the trees. The temperature is good. Not too hot, not too cold. You know what I'm saying? There's more fresh fruits and vegetables available. It's more sunlight because we moved the clock. We springed forward and lost that hour, but it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Right? Doesn't get dark until later. All great things about spring. Now, I'm going to preface what I'm the next thing about to say about spring with the fact that I am married and that my wife approves of this next statement because she knows who she married. Just like Hamilton, I know who I married. The play Hamilton, check it out if you haven't seen it. Shout out to Hamilton. I don't do free plugs here. I don't do any plugs because I'm not sponsored, but Hamilton definitely, Lin-Manuel Miranda and all of, Hamilton saw it live front row. Wow. I need to do a whole ep on that. But one of the best things for me, being a healthy, strong, testosterone-filled, normal, hetero, straight male is I love the fact that females wear less clothing. Now hold up. Before you report me to PETA and the Civil Liberties Union and cancel me and say, he's just a chauvinist pig and blah, blah, blah. No. Fuck all that. I could say what I want to say. I can have an opinion. And the fact that I appreciate the female form is not a fucking crime. It's not. It's nature. It's natural. Okay? It's called attraction. There are laws of attraction, and one of them is I like to see the female form in all its shapes and heights and sizes and weights. Natural hair, the weavy weaves, the natural nails, the clip-ons, the acrylics, the fake booties, the genuine, nice, natural, organic booties, legs, them toes, them good toes. Oh, ooh, ooh. Y'all look so good. Y'all look so good. And, you know, it's crazy, right? Because y'all will get all dolled up, get, spectacular looking with a little light sundress or some super tight shorts and a tight top, low cut, with your little sandals on, right? And then get mad at me because I'm looking. Come on, man. I'm not gawking. I'm not staring. I'm not gazing too long. But I am taking a solid glance, a firm look, and I'm popping a smile, flashing my pearly whites. Good day to you, ma'am, or lady, or honey dip, or sugar. I'm just saying, spring brings out the friskiness. And not only me. Like I said, and I am not bullshitting, every spring I see that squirrel chasing that squirrel. Come here, girl. Come here, girl. I see the butterfly flip, 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 flip. They flutter and they trying to get it. I've seen dragonflies hovering midair doing the nasty. And if you ain't seen it, it's incredible. I'm certain there are videos out there. There's videos of literally everything on planet Earth. If you Google, and I hate saying that word, they are not paying me. If you search for dragonflies knocking boots midair, I'm virtually certain you will find videos of dragonflies doing the hump. Yeah. Right? Oh no, that's doing the butt. Doing the butt. Sack, 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 sack. Wow, wow. Ain't nothing wrong if you wanna do the butt all night long. Ooh, hey, yo, shout out to my older heads that know about that song. Put it on for old time's sake. It's a springtime song for sure. For sure. You know what I'm saying? But listen, I make no apologies for being a man, for being a hetero. I keep saying I can't have trouble with that word. A heterosexual, straight man who is attracted to females. I make no apologies for that. And today it's almost like you gotta apologize for being a man. Check out my episode, The Death of Masculinity. Yeah, I talked about it. And there's some other episodes out there. Check out, We Just Had Sex, or We Just Had Sex episode has my wife on there. But, also another one that has my wife on it is Gay Part 2. Check out Part 1 and Part 2. Now that's back, in the earlier days, the audio is, I won't say trash, but it's less than optimal. I'm trying to get better with each and every episode. I talked about that popular search engine that I mentioned earlier, and it brought me to the point that I am not sponsored. Now, I do a value for value model here on the Mike's Opinion podcast. And what that means is I don't read ads. This is commercial free. There's no commercials. I don't stop to get you to go to this internet company or to go to this store or this supplement or nothing like that. Not that I have anything against that. That's just not the model that I currently have. Okay? We are inundated with advertising everywhere. Sides of buses, on teams' jerseys. There's commercials inside commercials. There's commercials in movies, these branding. And I'm not hating. Get your brand and product out there. I'm trying to do the same. However, I'm trying to do it without infringing on your senses. With this being a private conversation between you and I. You know what I'm saying? And really, it's a one-sided conversation. It's just me talking, but that's fine. Every once in a while, I have a guest. If you want to be a guest, hit me up. Let me know. But The value you find in this information and in this podcast, I'd appreciate it if you give value back in the form of your support, financially if you can, and if you will. There's links in the show notes. You can go to my GoFundMe. I need new equipment. The link is in my GoFundMe. The link is in the show notes. You could also Venmo me, Cash App, PayPal. And like I've said this many other episodes, if you ballin', if you rich, if you like this podcast and you really stacking your paper, shoot me a box of cash. I need it. It ain't nothing off of your skin, right? Support your man right here. Okay? Just shoot me an email, need the address. That's all you got to say. Now, it'd be nice if you introduce yourself, say, yo, my name is blah, blah, blah. I thought, share why you like the show. And, maybe I have you on as a guest. You can stay anonymous if you like, or we might vibe, might catch a vibe, might be friends. Who knows? I'm not of the no new friends joint. If you cool, I'm cool. Let's be cool. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. So please support the show. It will be greatly appreciated. I'm not trying to just grab cash and go get, my wife a Prada bag. That's not how I'm getting down. The money's going to be reinvested into the show. That's what I'm doing with it. I'm trying to grow the show and I need you. I need your help to do it. So please do it right now. Right now. Pause the show, do it, and then come back. Okay. If you did that and you just came back, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. If you are unable to support the show financially for whatever reason, there's another way you can support the show for free. Now, nothing's really free. Everything has an opportunity cost, but the free way that costs you no money. Like, share, subscribe, follow, comment on all the platforms. Sharing, very important. Let your people know, yo, check this episode out. I talk about all kinds of stuff. Now, what you won't get here is a lot of entertainment news, a lot of gossip. Logic is unleashed here. I try to give you edutainment. I don't try. I do. I try to do things that inform you and, educate you and entertain you. Okay. This podcast is for the intellectual. This podcast appeals to the intelligent person. Not that I have anything against dumb people. And there are dumb people. I'm not trying to be cruel, but there's dumb people. Okay? There's people way smarter than my ass. So I'm not here to judge. We all need love and we all need each other, regardless of our mental intelligence capacity. All right? Not here to judge. But I did win the New York State Regents Scholarship. I did get skipped in parochial school. Okay? I was down with Mensa for a minute. Okay? I'm intelligent, I think, reasonably so. And I like to talk about interesting shit. Just talking about what somebody wore on the red carpet or the drama it just don't appeal to me. But if it does to you, more power to you. Maybe this will be your dose of edutainment. And you can go get you some fluff if that's what you want to do. Like I said, I'm not here to judge. I don't judge nobody. I love everybody. Even the haters and the people that hate me. The racists out there. You know what I'm saying? So, it's all good. It's all good. But please support the show. It will be greatly appreciated. Once again, take a minute, pause the show, go do that. Like right now, tweet it, IG it, Facebook it, LinkedIn it, text some people, text 5 people. I'm asking you, text 5 people that you know that may appreciate this show. Text them an episode that you like. Text this episode and say, yo, I like this dude. I'm trying to help him grow the show. Let's help him out. Like, share, comment, follow, subscribe. My YouTube is just, the numbers are sad. Numbers are sad. You know what I'm saying? But all the places, man, please. And again, anyway, it's one of those things you hear everybody say, right? Because until I started podcasting, I didn't realize how important that shit is. Like, I'm really not a social media dude, but I had to get on there, right? This shit is mad important. It really, really matters. So please support the show, please. Thank you. Thank you very much. So back to the subject at hand. How you feel about spring? How are you feeling? It's 420. If you high right now, shoot me an email. Tweet me. Yo, something say, yo, I'm high listening to your show right now. I smoked some of that OG Kush, some of that blueberry, some of that purple perp. You know what I'm saying? You know, listen, I am not a novice. Been there, done all that. Just because I don't fuck around now. It's probably all kind. It's so many strains out there. But let me tell you something smart that you can do. I have told my children, I tell people that I know, invest in what you do. You can invest in weed now, like weed companies. Okay? Get you a couple dollars. You don't even have to have mad dollars. You can get $5. And once again, I'm not advocating. I'm not advertising for nobody. I'm just telling you what I do. The things that I enjoy, things that I buy, things that I know other people enjoy, I invest in. You know, there are several apps, websites that you can buy fractional shares. You can buy $5 of this company, $1 of that company. Nothing stopping you from being an investor. Right? Now, you know, I digress. Now, look, you talk about investing and you talk about weed. You talk about all this stuff. It's supposed to be the spring episode. It's all connected. It's all affiliated. It's all associated. It's all connected. You know what I'm saying? Because happiness is something that increases, generally speaking, amongst our human species in the spring. Partly because some of the reasons I already mentioned. The weather is nice. And for me, growing up in New York City, right? I live in Texas now, born and raised in New York City, mostly Harlem and the Bronx, but I ran around Queens, Brooklyn. Did the occasional visit to the islands, to Staten Island. Shout out to Staten Island and to Strong Island, Long Island, went out there. Of course, Connecticut, Jersey, you know what I'm saying? Philly. Hey, don't hold it against me. I'm an East Coast dude, but I live in the South now. Love Southern hospitality, right? But anything over 75 degrees, it's a wrap for me. I'm inside. Give me that central air conditioning with a nice fan, some cool drink. I'm good. I just ain't a high heat dude. Once again, the only thing good about the hot weather for me is that the women wear less clothing. I loved, wonderful. And I like the cold weather. I like cold. I like the snow. I like 30 degrees, 20 degrees, 14 degrees. You know what I'm saying? As long as I got the gear on, I don't like to be cold, but I like the cold weather. You might be like, what? What? Okay. I don't want to be out in 14 degrees butt naked. Okay. I like to have my fresh cold weather gear on, some Timbs, you know what I'm saying? The goose, the bubble leather goose, you know what I'm saying? The nice turtleneck, the nice scarf, you know what I'm saying? Warmed up. Nice and warm. Maybe some gloves or something. But I like that cold, crisp air. I like no bugs in the air. I'm gonna get the bugs in just a minute. But you know what I'm saying? I like that. I like the fireplace. I like the hot cocoa with a scoop of vanilla ice cream in it. You know what I'm saying? I like the warm, fluffy comforters. You know what I'm saying? I want to say the name of this company because they make these girls' boots. Y'all know who I'm talking about, but I got this big comforter. Oh, it's cushy and warm, comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I like snuggling and cuddling. You know what I'm saying? I know this is going to be TMI. I know we're talking about spring, and right now I'm about to talk about winter. But one of the best togetherness times I had with a young lady is when I was a late teenager, and we had been outside playing like for too long because it had snowed to the point where the fingers were frostbit, the toes, the feet, like the chill had hit the bone because we were outside playing for hours. Soon as we came into the apartment, took everything off, and we began to be friendly with one another, if you know what I mean. And doing that as you feel your body temperature begin to rise and increase. When we reached the peak, it was phenomenal because we both felt your limbs start coming back, like your circulate. It was phenomenal. Anyway, that's one of my my top 5. Not that you needed to know that, but I'm just saying I'm a cold weather dude. You know what I'm saying? I like and love that cold weather because it's too fucking hot. Over 75 degrees, especially a shade. Now 75, maybe like 76, but you start getting into them 80s, and it really also depends on humidity. Like if it's mad low humidity and it's 80 something and a light breeze, I could work with that. You know what I'm saying? But when here in Texas, there is another oppressor, and it's called summer. Like, the slave master used to be an oppressor, and I'm not making any light jokes about slavery. That shit was real, and I'm not making any jokes about that. But the heat is like an oppressive force. Like you step outside and go, nope, and just turn back around and go inside. I don't know where I was going. I'm not going there anymore because it's too fucking hot. You can fry egg on the cement or on your vehicle's hood. The heat and the humidity, the shit punch you in the face. As soon as you open the door, it's like, pow, what? Welcome to heat, because it's here. And it's like, it's dumb hot. And I really think climate change is real. And I think that it has contributed. I think the summers, I don't remember the shit being that hot when I was younger. Now I was in New York, different climate, right? Different longitude, latitude, but the southern heat, OMG. Not looking forward to it. Like even at night, midnight, it's 90 degrees. It's so many bugs making noise and shit. The crickets and bugs should be flying around. You gotta, what the fuck? Bugs that you ain't never seen before. Like, what's that? What is that? It's got 35 legs, 8 wings, and 16 eyes. And it's orange, purple, and blue. What is that shit? I don't know what that is. Yo, as I was going to talk about insects, might as well talk about them now. Because, as you know, I do research for all these episodes, right? And today's no different. And I have some facts about spring, some of which I already mentioned. There's a lot, well, not that much to really say, but I started thinking about insects. And I really only wanted to know one thing. And I wanted to know how many insects are on Earth. Now, of course, I don't care how scientific you get. There's no way to guess or to know for sure how many actual insects there are. You can only guess and estimate and offer a hypothesis. But according to a couple of different sites that I went to, and once again, I'm going to try to put the links. My process doesn't make me remember to put the link in the show notes. But if you really, really want to, let me know. I have them. I just forget to put them in the show notes. I will try to remember today. But one of the websites I went to said there is an estimated 10 quintillion insects alive on planet Earth at any given time. That bears repeating. 10 quintillion. Just to give you some perspective, that's 10 with 18 zeros after it. That is a lot of insects. I'm sure there's probably species and mutations, and modifications that we have yet to even see. But I have seen some insects that defy logic. You look at them and go, why are you here? Where'd you come from? What's your purpose? Bees, I understand their purpose. They're crucial to our life and to the planet. But shout out to my wife, who's a bee collector. Buzz, I love her to death. But when you think of that many bugs, I think there's just 1 million on my block. Like, I think that's a gross underestimation. Because here in the South, in the spring and summer, there is a constant, it's like a flying city in the air. You just look around from the tiny gnats to the flying ants and butterflies and wasp and bees and unnamed, unidentifiable flying shit, dragonflies. Listen, springtime, it's like the air comes alive. Like everything is alive and vibrant and frisky and just alive. It's just amazing and wonderful. So earlier today when I'm recording this, like I said, this drops on Wednesday. You know, I drop at noon, 12:01 Central Time every Wednesday is when I drop. I try to stay as close to that schedule as possible. It just happened that today or, Wednesday is 420. So shout out to all my 420, my weed smokers out there. But I changed they have, the magnetic screen door thingy that goes to my backyard. And I changed that because the old one, I got a young son and him and his cousins and stuff come over. They just run through it so I had to secure it. And now I got the joint. The one I had before had the little magnet sections and they go, and that was whack. So now I ordered the joint. I got the joint with the full strip. The magnet goes all the way down. Shout out to all my people that know what I'm talking about, that have the screen door joint that closes by itself behind you. So I had wifey test it out. She was like, yo, this is heavier. It's better. And I felt like I won today. Like I won today. Not that I don't really, so blessed. My wife, so lucky, fortunate. My wife, no arguments, it's a peaceful existence. But, I love to see her smile. Her smile lights up the planet. She's a beautiful woman inside and out, physically, face, and her smile. It's amazing. I'm feeling kind of frisky right now. She ain't home though. Her and my son are out on a play date at the park, enjoying spring, this 70-degree weather, nice sunny day. You know what I'm saying? I said I'm going to go ahead and just drop this episode and my son doesn't bother me when my office door is closed. Or excuse me, I should say my studio, right? I should sound all fly like I got a studio. I'm at the crib, yo. Now I have an office in my house and it is my studio. I would like to get some more better equipment, which is what the GoFundMe is about. Please support the show, please. Did you do it yet? Did you do it yet? Go do it right now and come back. Huh? If you just came back, thank you. Thank you for supporting the show. I really appreciate that. I need that. The show needs that for success. It's real. So that was on my to-do list for this week, right? I have a long list, a never-ending list of things to do. But I want to tell you some things about spring, right? So when I was looking for, things about spring information, there was quite a few things that came up. Temperatures are moderate. There are more hours in the day because we have more sunlight. One thing said the animals come back. And when I read that, I was like, where'd they go? Now I know some of them hibernate. Some of them just go south where it's always warm. But they said the animals come back. There are baby animals everywhere. And I got to share with you something. So I live in the burbs, right? Northern suburb of Dallas, Texas, of course. And I don't know if they planned this or if this is just a byproduct of the area. But there are cottontails hopping all around all year long. Like bunnies don't freeze or some shit because they just be out there. They be in these holes, warmed up with their little bunny fur. But there are literally at any given time, there's a dozen bunnies in my front backyard. I'm not even playing. And sometimes you see them like spring right now, they'll chase each other and hop. I got this video, a few years ago. Bunny just hopped and this bunny just jumped straight up in the air. Another bunny would jump at him. He would just hop, not hop at a slant. He would just hop straight up in the air. And I'm saying it might have been a she. I don't know. But these little bunnies are around all the place. However, it's good and bad. They're very cute to look at, right? You feel like you're in the movie Bambi or some shit, but they attract coyotes and bobcats. Now there's other things, snakes, frogs, turtles. There's all kind of shit walking around out here, right? But bobcats, and I lost my 2 cats. I still have yet to do that episode. It's been close to a year now. But I'm sitting in my office one day and the window's right here. I'm not bald. My house is not like large, but anyway, my office setup is feng shui. So my back is not to the door. I can see the door and I can see the window, and I can look out the window and right there's some shrubs right there. Anyway, I'm sitting here in the morning. This bobcat walked right past my window. Now, of course, it couldn't see me. I think that might have been the most beautiful cat I ever seen in my life. Bobcats are beautiful. Of course, they'll probably rip your face off. They don't really indulge with humans, but I know them bunnies is food for them. And that's why they be in the hood. I mean, we've built up all of this, these houses and neighborhoods in what was their, habitat. We infringed upon them. So I ain't got no problem with them, but without thinking. Now, the way my window is, he was going towards where my front door was at. Without thinking, I hopped up and went and ran to the door. I wanted to take a picture. Thankfully, the bobcat vanished. Now, by the time I got around to the side of the house direction he was going, I don't know if he ran. Of course, they swift. They cats. They swift. They're big cats. They're swift like that. But I got back into the house and I thought to myself, that wasn't smart. I talked about smart, dumb people earlier. Yeah, that would put me in the dumb category because that wasn't smart, because had he been or she been right there at the door and I startled it and it felt threatened, it's very possible that Bobcat would have pounced on me, ripped off my face, my jugular, and attacked me in my doorway and fucked me up, and I would have had nobody to blame but myself. Didn't happen, though. I still don't know where the hell that Bobcat went so fast. It was amazing. It was amazing, because I even went around the side of my house looking for it. I am the Dr. Doolittle of my whole camp. Friends, family, everybody. I think I can understand the animals. I know I can. And I have been that way my whole life. Okay. But I don't know if that Bobcat would have felt like talking. Or would have recognized that I was a friendly. Or he might have just said, human, and attacked. You know what I'm saying? But I look out and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Like the song says. Spring to me is a reminder of everything good on earth. Now I know there's a war raging in Ukraine. I know that there were several mass shootings this past weekend in the United States alone. I know political, social, racial unrest and problems are still solidly in existence. While I am a dreamer, I'm also a realist. I know these things exist. But I choose to look at this spring as a renewal, as a rebirth. And I think to myself, can we humans get along? Can we be peaceful? Can we embrace our differences, these people that are in control of the laws, in control of the militaries, that are in control of the missiles, the weapons, the nuclear weapons. The fuck is wrong with them? Huh? Don't they see the spring that I see? Don't you see the beauty that our planet beholds, that our planet gives and shares with us? I don't understand why this isn't utopia. Or maybe it started out that way and we just fucked it up. The bad ones just messed it all up. But that's not stopping my joy here and now and going forward. You gotta fight for your right to be happy. And I urge you, be that. I'll be that. I'll be that. Shout out to Redman. Yo, enjoy this spring. Let this be renewal, rebirth, rejuvenation for you. Take a moment if you can. If you can't do nothing but just take a look out the window. But if you can, go stretch your legs. Go get some vitamin D, which is another positive aspect of spring. Get that sunlight. That vitamin D goes right to you. Go outside. Take a look at an anthill. Watch the birds. Watch what they do. See if you can identify some. Check out the butterflies. Look at the bees doing their business, pollinating from flower to flower. If you're lucky enough to be by a body of water, check out the waterfowl, the ducks, the swans, the egrets, hawks, eagles, the bugs. It's amazing when you really take a minute and look at these living things. Life, I don't think is more evident than in the spring season. Joyful life. Life looking to procreate and reproduce. Trying to get it in. You know what I'm saying? Come here, squirrel. Come here. Give me that. You'll see hunching going on in all species. Virtually, right? Pretty sure some that only do it. Can't see the ones in water. Can't see the winter ones, but you know what I'm saying. From the insects to the reptiles, to the birds, to the squirrels, to all of them, you know, raccoons. Everybody's getting it in. Spring makes you feel frisky, makes you feel happy. And I hope that you do too. You know, it's funny. I've been trying to do some consistent things, and I wanted to take the same picture on my block in each season. Because I want to say almost every tree, if not every tree, loses all its leaves during the winter. It's just the branch and the bark, and it's dead looking. It's not dead. It's dormant. But it looks dead. And then quickly, all of these trees leave up. They get leaves. And it looks alive and green and red and vibrant and just beautiful. Right? Now some see the beauty in the barrenness of winter. A gray day with leafless trees. I can appreciate that as well. When it snows, they get all snow covered and white, or icicles all iced up. I appreciate all the seasons for sure. But when it's too hot, it's too hot. Ugh. Keep that. And in springtime, what about the flowers? The flowers. All that amazing color. It's beautiful. It's amazing and incredible. I mentioned the sunlight. Now, vitamin D you can take as a supplement from your local grocer or your local health food store. Or you can just take your ass outside and let the sun give it to you organically, raw, and direct. You know what I'm saying? Now, some people lay out too long. Some people have no protection against the sun. Melanin, I think it's called. Not here to judge. Not here to judge. But some people can be out in the sun all day and be fine. Right? No sunscreen required. And that's a fact. That's just a fact of the matter. In spring, the Earth axis is angled in between our closest and furthest point away from the sun. Temperatures become much more pleasant as we leave the frigid temperatures of winter and get to enjoy the moderate weather before a hot summer arrives. Facts. That's what spring is about. That's how spring becomes spring. Fresh air, a lot more rain in spring. Now, for those of you that don't know, like I said, I now reside in Texas, and tornadoes are real. These spring storms are no joke. In fact, call me what you want. Call me punk, you call me pussy, you call me whatever you want. But I'm watching that weather report live. I'm watching the radar on my phone. I'm checking. Because the hail they had recently, a week ago, grapefruit size hail. Now think about what I'm saying to you. Grapefruit size hail rained from the sky. It can kill you. It can get you in your head. Plunk. It's a wrap. It can destroy property. And them tornadoes come by and wipe your whole shit clean. If it's a strong enough tornado, I've seen tornadoes come through. The whole neighborhood is gone. Ain't nothing left but the foundation. Nature is no joke. And in spring, here in what's referred to as Tornado Alley, and I have a discussion with my brother from another mother, you know, and I've got an episode with him. Shout out to my man. But he lives in Cali. We both born and raised in New York, right? Ran the streets together. And he's like, yo, I'd rather face these earthquakes than a tornado every day. And I'm like, yo, my man, are you out your mind? Yo, tornadoes, I can literally dodge. Like they are isolated. I can, you know, a tornado could take out the house across the street and not touch my house. Okay. With enough warning, I know it's not like 35 tornadoes at one time. It's usually one. And I know what direction this is headed. I know its velocity and its speed, how fast it's going. I can get in my whip and bounce. I can avoid it. I don't know why every house down here in the South is not built with a underground tornado shelter. It doesn't make any sense to me. You live in Tornado Alley. Why would you build a house without an underground tornado shelter? Anyway, to me, you can't run. Yo, listen. Earthquakes come in different sizes, right? The Richter scale, right? 8.0, 5.0. I'm not trying to be in Cali if like it's an 8, 9, 10, like the big one as they call it, and the state falls off into the Pacific. I'm not trying to be, where you running? Where you going? Nowhere. I could outrun a tornado. I could dodge a tornado. Alright? If the tornado's not an F5, I can hold it down in my house. Even if the whole house around me gets scrunched, I can make it. Earthquake? No! If it's a sizable enough earthquake, the whole shit be shaking. Like the whole land under your feet, your whole house. No. Now I've lived in Cali. Okay? So, I ain't scared. If it's my time, it's my time. Part of me can't wait to see what's next. Okay? Do I get a new soul? Do I go to another planet? Is reincarnation real? Do I come back as a butterfly? Do I come back as another human? Do I go to heaven? Do I go to hell? You know what? Hey, what's next? But I'm not bored with life here on earth at all. But I'm just saying is, I'm looking forward to seeing what's next. If anything is next. But this is one of the byproducts of spring here in the South, here in Texas, is tornadoes. But it's plenty more, it rains more than normal. I really, really hope you and yours are okay. I wanted to drop this 420 spring episode because it is spring. It's beautiful outside. I hope it's beautiful where you at. And if not, it either is going to be or is. Because it's springtime. It is April 2022 on planet Earth. Find some vitamin D, some sunshine in your life. Go check out the birds and the bugs. Spend some time outside. Check it out. Because it's worth it. Go to a park. Go to a lake, a pond. Spend a little time. Do yourself a favor. And get your little outside time. Now don't be mad at me if you get stung by a bee. Because nature will get you on occasion. Okay? Don't be mad at me if that happens. Probably not going to happen. But don't be messaging me saying, yo, you told me to go outside. I went outside and the ants ate up my foot. Or I got stung by a bee. No. Enter at your own risk. The world is full of risk. It's the world we live in. But that's most likely not going to happen to you. What's going to happen to you is you'll feel happy. You'll feel energized. You'll feel good breathing this air. I want to say fresh air, but it depends on where you live, right? Some air is fresher than others. But do that. Also support the show. Like, share, comment, follow, subscribe. Do all that. I'd really appreciate that. But happy spring to you. Happy 420 to you. I'm Mike, and this is the Mike's Opinion Podcast. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much for listening to Mike's Opinion. Logic Unleashed.